I've spent decades watching people misunderstand money, and the cost is far greater than they realize. Most people assume a good life requires a high income. But let me share something you only learn after a lifetime observing human behavior and market behavior. Most people chase paychecks when what they truly need is clarity. Wealth is rarely earned by working harder. It is earned by making thoughtful decisions, avoiding unnecessary risks, and refusing to be seduced by distractions. You cannot compensate for poor judgment with a bigger paycheck. The enemy isn't the market, it's impatience. Financial security begins with intelligence, discipline, and common sense, long before it begins with income. Discipline and foresight matter far more than luck or opportunity. Think comfort comes from spending more? Modern society insists on it. But society, my friends, is often wrong. People believe income alone will fix stress or bad habits. But here's the plain truth. Without self-control, higher earnings merely expand obligations. Wealth isn't what you earn, it's what you keep. True independence comes when you prioritize control over consumption. Chasing raises and promotions often increases pressure instead of freedom. Lifestyle expands as income grows. I've watched it ruin good people for decades. Many work harder only to maintain a standard they believe they deserve. Real progress begins with one question. Why do you want more? Needs versus wants, that division determines your destiny. It protects you from debt, anchors you to reason, and frees you from the exhausting desire to impress people who seldom care. Unchecked desires like running on a treadmill you cannot step off. It creates a relentless cycle of spending. Every purchase raises expectations and obligations. Upgrading your lifestyle without understanding the cost is a trap. More money cannot solve poor habits, it only magnifies them. Discipline and thoughtful decision-making are the true engines of wealth. Control your wants, and income, finally, begins working for you, not against you. Freedom comes from clarity, not luxury. Low expenses give you options to choose, to change course, to breathe. But many sacrifice decades of peace to chase status or impress bystanders. Real wealth is built on restraint, understanding, and self-control, not on trying to signal success. The principle is simple. Spend less than you earn, invest the rest. Repeat patiently, consistently, relentlessly. Simple does not mean easy. It requires discipline, patience, and the rejection of convenience. Those who master restraint quietly build freedom that compounds over decades, outperforming those chasing the next big opportunity with reckless enthusiasm. Every unnecessary expense is another small chain around your freedom. Loans, subscriptions, monthly obligations, they erode your independence, $1 at a time. Listen closely. If your peace depends on the next paycheck, lowering obligations increases options and resilience. Intentional spending allows you to respond to life instead of reacting to it. Financial independence begins with small, deliberate reductions in your obligations. Modern life sneaks obligations into your routine. A streaming service here, a car payment there, a slightly bigger house, more insurance, extra gadgets. Each addition seems harmless, but together they form a heavy load. People work harder simply to avoid falling behind. The solution is simple but powerful. Simplify deliberately, focus on essentials, choose clarity over accumulation. Begin with a list of every recurring expense, subscriptions, loans, automatic payments, everything. Ask yourself, if my income stopped today, how long could I maintain this lifestyle? Most people cannot last a month. That isn't living, it's gambling. Financial intelligence begins with honest awareness. Facing the numbers objectively is the first step toward control and sustainable wealth. The wealthy build a margin of safety. In life and investing, the goal is to avoid catastrophe. Reducing expenses builds endurance, options, and rational decision-making. Life will always be unpredictable. By controlling what you can, you ensure that challenges don't destroy your independence. Freedom grows from deliberate planning and steady restraint. Happiness tied to consumption is temporary. Gadgets and luxuries lose their appeal quickly. But joy, tied to independence, compounds, quietly and steadily. Those who spend to impress live anxious lives. Those who discipline themselves find peace. True contentment comes from clarity and consistent, rational choices, not indulgence or display. Low bills protect not only your money. A smaller, well-managed financial structure gives you room to take risks, invest intelligently, and live without constant anxiety. Acting poor does not mean earning less, it means needing less. Every unnecessary bill weakens control. Every obligation eliminated strengthens your freedom. Wealth is what you retain, not what you earn. What you keep matters more than what you earn always has, always will. A disciplined saver with modest income can retire peacefully. An overspender with high income retires stressed. The difference is the gap between income and expenses. That gap is your freedom. It funds your investments. It gives you time to think. It prevents small mistakes from growing into disasters. Lifestyle inflation is a hidden threat. Spending every raise on new bills does not upgrade your life, it upgrades your anxiety. Satisfaction does not grow with income unless discipline grows faster. Every dollar spent beyond necessity becomes a permanent obligation. True wisdom begins with contentment and restraint. Compounding only works when behavior aligns with principle. Sporadic saving or impulsive spending destroys progress. Consistency, patience, and restraint matter far more than high salary. Each small, rational decision compounds quietly over time. Reckless spending erodes gains faster than most people realize. Listen carefully. Wealth is built by repeated, rational actions, not lucky breaks or market timing. A simple rule: if you earn $1,000, live on $500 and invest the rest. Repeat for decades. Small surpluses, faithfully invested, outperform large incomes, wasted with carelessness. Living below your means is not deprivation, it is liberation. Discipline and consistency drive long-term wealth. Living deliberately means owning fewer, better things and keeping obligations light. Clarity, not glamour, creates comfort. Those who accumulate without thought rarely know peace. Discipline and foresight allow you to act intentionally rather than react to pressure. The goal is long-term stability, calm, and independence, achieved by prioritizing essentials over indulgence. You only live once is often used to justify reckless spending. But time, not possessions, is the true luxury. Wasting resources today sacrifices future freedom. The wiser path is foresight. Spend intentionally so money buys peace, not anxiety. Every disciplined dollar increases options, strengthens independence, and builds long-term stability. Test your independence. If your income stopped today, how long could you sustain your life? For most people, if your security depends entirely on income, you do not own your lifestyle, it owns you. Living below your means builds optionality. It enables risk-taking, investing, and rest without fear. True freedom comes from controlling obligations, not simply earning more. Unexpected money is a test of character. Bonuses, refunds, windfalls, people treat them as free money. The disciplined use them to reduce debt, increase savings, or invest. How you handle unexpected income reveals your financial maturity more than your regular earnings ever could. Discipline with windfalls accelerates freedom. Shopping has become a subtle trap. Companies engineer impulses. Unexamined spending drains money and attention. Discipline means delaying purchases, evaluating necessity, and seeking value. By resisting impulse and prioritizing essentials, you protect your financial freedom, strengthen habits, and avoid the slow erosion caused by unplanned consumption. Wealth is not just accumulation, it is preservation. Neglecting maintenance of your home, your car, your health, your relationships, compounds costs. Small, consistent care prevents large losses. The principle is universal. Preserve what works. Fix what's breaking. Plan ahead. Discipline and maintenance protects finances and peace of mind. Simple, deliberate care turns daily actions into decades of stability. And now, let me leave you with the clearest rule I ever learned. Costs matter. Simplicity wins. Speculation is a loser's game. And the greatest wealth comes from steady discipline over long periods of time. Stay the course and let your behavior, not your income, determine your destiny.